How are you doing, Jessica?
Hi.
Just set this down 1 second. My name is Chris. I'm working U.S. Air Conditioning.
Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure having me in today. If you don't mind, I'd like to take some notes. And I also have a PowerPoint presentation I'd like to go over, so if you don't mind me setting this up.
Okay, wonderful.
Now, I know you've been dealing with Train for a long time. I'm just wondering, how's your relationship with Train these days?
We've actually been affiliated with Train since we opened 5 years ago. So relationships rather strong. However, lately our customer complaints about the noise quality in their HVAC units has increased in the past year. So I believe it's affecting my repeat business and everything.
Now, how about the ease of installing these Train units?
Trains always posed as difficulty. We have a 7-wire communication bus system, so as you can tell, it's rather confusing when you're trying to hook up the thermostats to the heating box and everything. But other than that, they've got the cheapest line out there, and I can really sell a lot of quantity to my customers.
Okay, well, wow, you've certainly been quite loyal with Train despite these minor fallbacks. Now, have you ever thought about changing your product?
No, not really. I've been rather satisfied with Train.
Okay, I can appreciate that. Now, have you gotten your 2006 Carrier catalogs yet?
No, I don't believe I have. Wow, there's a lot of product on there.
So, how many HVAC units are you installing per year?
Currently we sell about, I'd say 400.
400, okay.
Yeah.
Now, how many different models of Train are you offering to your customers?
Right now we offer 3, and they're all at the lower price range of HVAC units.
Okay, and of those 3, which one is the most popular?
I would say our cheapest line, as you'd assume.
The cheapest one, okay, makes sense. Now, are you aware that the number of HVAC units you offer to your customers determines which one they'll choose?
No, I had no idea. I just figured that if I offered them a limited choice of just 2 or 3 products, that'd be easy for them to make up their mind.
Now, did you know that when most of the time people are given the decision to choose between a more expensive and a less expensive model, they choose the less expensive?
I guess so. Yeah.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So would it be beneficial to you and your business if people chose a more expensive product?
Yeah, of course. It would increase my profit margin.
Of course it would. Great. So if I could show you how you can make more money just by switching to a higher quality, more expensive product, would you be interested?
Yes, I think I would.
Okay, great. Now, is it important to your business that your customers get scheduled maintenance on their HVAC units?
I would say it's very important. Approximately 45% of our business is made up of repair and maintenance. HVAC units need to be replaced every 5 years, and most people don't even know to give us a call for the maintenance.
Exactly. So would it be helpful if your customers were reminded that their units needed maintenance?
It would be extremely helpful. I would say the majority of customers wait till the midst of summer to give us a call until our units prematurely die because they haven't maintenanced it for the 5 years they've had the air conditioning in.
I know what you're talking about. Now, if I can show you how you can get all your customers to service their units on time and use you, would you be interested?
Yes, I think I would.
Great. Now, one of the things you mentioned was your ability to install more products due to the fact that you can offer a low price. Now, I believe you stated that you currently offer 3 models?
Yes, I usually offer 3 for them.
Okay. Well, I just happen to know of a study from Mechanical Magazine that compared offering 2 models against offering 3 models. Let me show you that.
Very nice presentation.
Okay, so you have here that if you're offering 2 units, one low price and one high price, about $1,000 difference between the 2, it's pretty much split 50-50. 50% will choose the less expensive, 50% will choose the more expensive.
Okay.
Now, when a 3rd unit is introduced, more expensive than both of them, only 22% will choose the cheapest one, 57% will choose the middle one, and you get 21% to choose the most expensive unit. Now, what does this tell you?
Well, looking by that chart, it tells me that if I offer a wider price range to my customers, that they're more likely going to choose the middle to higher ground units.
You're right. And you know what else it tells you? That by offering more products, you'll be able to get customers to buy based on their needs, not just by price.
Oh, okay.
Make sense?
Yes, it does.
So would you agree that by offering a wider pricing policy and a range of products, it would increase your business?
I would agree with that, yes.
Of course. So why don't I show you the margin gain you can gain by doing this? All right, we have here at 400 units, if you're selling 21% of the time you're selling the most expensive, 50% of the time you're selling the middle unit, and 22% of the time you're selling the lowest unit, you have a total profit margin of $117,000.
Okay.
Now, how does that compare to last year's sales?
That doesn't compare. It compares a lot. I mean, we made a lot less than that.
A lot less, huh? So by a lot less, do you mean like 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 even?
More like 40,000.
40,000? Are you kidding?
Yeah.
It's a good thing I came in today. Now, I want to show you how it can increase your maintenance business.
Okay.
Are you still interested?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. Now, Carrier also has a new electronic thermostat, and it's called our Infinity Control. And basically, what it has, one of the many features that it has that I think can benefit you the most, is that when a customer's unit needs maintenance or repair, a service reminder pops up on the screen. And so it'll have your name and your phone number so they can call you to get the repairs.
Wow.
Now,
that's really impressive.
Okay, great. So would you agree that this system will help increase your maintenance business and thus increase profits?
Yes, I believe so. Our maintenance and repair is, like I said, 45% of our business. So it would be very important if, they could see our name and 800 number popped up right on there and they need to call us.
Wouldn't it though?
Yes, it would.
Great. Now, I also recall you mentioning that installing Train has always been difficult. Now, how long does it normally take to install a typical Train unit?
With my guys out there, it takes about 2 to 3 hours per unit. So you got to figure when they find the heating box, the venting box, as well as the thermostat, connecting that to a 7 communication bus is rather difficult. And you got to figure that, like, if a wire short circuits, there's another half an hour that takes it away from our busy day.
Yeah. Well, with what you just described, it would seem like you can only process like 3 to 4 jobs per 8-hour workday. Is that right?
Yeah, 3 would be our average, not including overtime work.
Okay, now you just mentioned that you're unable to get accurate readouts on the wiring to make sure it's right, and you have to go in and manually check it. Now, if I told you Carrier had a system that would eliminate you needed to double check and triple check these wires, would you be interested in that?
I would be very interested, yes.
Okay. Well, our readout is so fast and efficient that our customers average an installation time of a half hour to an hour. And with Train, you're currently averaging 2 to 3 hours per job. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So just put it into conservative. Let's say you're able to install 8 units per day. And that means you'll lose less jobs to same-day competitors, right?
That's correct. We do have a rather hectic schedule, and same-day appointments is rather difficult, especially since we're smaller to our competitors and they have more employees. So they can get out there same day, and it's very hard for us without having to pay overtime to our employees.
Now, in regard to your employees being overworked, by being able to do 8 jobs a day with Carrier systems, you'd be able to cut your employee overtime. Is that right?
Yeah, I would say that.
So how much do you think you can cut your overtime?
Well, currently we've got 5 workers that work full-time and approximately 10 to 15 hours of overtime each week. So. Okay.
So how much business do you think you lose because of not being able to do same-day services?
I would say 15% of our business is lost to competitors. Yeah.
15%. So what I'm hearing you say is you can gain another 15% if you switch to carrier units.
Yeah, I think that sounds
Sound right?
Yeah.
So let me figure this out. If you're selling 400 units a year, and
Okay.
a 15% increase would equal an additional 60 units, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, now an extra 60 units a year with an average profit margin of $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I got that 2,000 from the table I showed you earlier.
Okay.
Now, you would make an additional $127,320 a year. How does that sound?
That sounds very nice.
Of course it does. Now, assuming you pay your employees $15 per hour, and they each work 48 weeks per year.
Uh-huh.
Now, if you have 5 employees, each working 10 hours of overtime a week,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be spending an extra $54,000 per year just in overtime.
Wow.
Now, by subtracting overtime cost from your profit margin, and then adding your additional 60 units that you would be selling,
Uh-huh.
that's a total of $181,000 per year. Now, could you use this extra money?
I sure did.
Obviously, I think everyone could. Now, of course, Jessica, it's easy to see that our company provides a lot of benefits, and I'm here to serve you. I just want to be able to answer all your questions. And so, can you see yourself succeeding with Carrier?
Yeah, I could.
All right, perfect. Here's our distributor's contract. If I can get your signature right here, we can get you making some more money with Carrier as soon as possible.
I have a couple of questions before we sign right now.
Okay.
Such as, what about your training? I don't think we can make the change just overnight. How are you going to train my employees to install the systems? What kind of training do you guys provide for us?
Well, the training is pretty simple with the 4 wires. I'd be happy to come out and work with your employees on, that works your schedule. I'd be happy to meet it out and just show them. It's pretty easy since our units are smaller, lighter, and have fewer wires, and it plugs in right into our units, and so there's no need to double check and triple check, like I already mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
So it shouldn't be a problem for me to come out and just show you guys just the basics. It's relatively similar to installing a train unit.
Okay.
So I'd be happy to come out, next week, whenever.
Well, our training is about 40 hours of work on the field. How many hours do you guys train your customers?
Oh, how many hours would you like me to train you guys?
Yeah, what's your approximate?
Well, we usually do about 35 hours of training.
Okay.
So, whatever fits your schedule, I'd be happy to come out in intervals. I would say I can't do 35 hours in one day, but I'd be happy to come out over a couple week period and help you guys out.
Okay. Well, I do see how you guys could be beneficial. I still have, I'm still a little hesitant. I have a couple more questions.
Mm-hmm.
My big concern is the price. I'm not sure if a more expensive unit is going to be beneficial to my customers and they're going to buy from me. I'm afraid that competitors are going to take away business with cheaper units because customers don't know better.
I understand exactly how you feel. I've had other customers, such as Ideal Mechanical, who you know of, and who felt the same way, until they found out that our system, the difference between our systems and train systems. And you mentioned earlier that you were losing business or your customers were complaining because of noise levels?
Yes,
of the train units?
that is correct.
Okay, well, I just happened to bring with me a comparison between the 2 noise levels. Thank you. Okay, now the first sound recording I'd like to play for you is a recording of a train unit. You should probably recognize the sound.
Oh yes, that does sound like a train.
Exactly, just like a train. Okay, now we have the second one, which is... Oops, sorry, it's the same one. We have a carrier unit.
Wow, there's a huge difference between those two.
Exactly. Now, don't you think this significant reduction in noise would justify a slight increase in cost?
Yeah, I could see how it would be beneficial to selling to my customers that product.
Okay, perfect. Now, if we can get you to sign here. get things started.
I've got just a couple more questions. One would be that I'm a little confused with your electronic thermostats. I'm not sure if I'm ready for this kind of modern technology, and I don't know if I'm prepared to present that to my customers and whatnot.
Okay, I understand exactly what you're saying. This isn't the first time this has come about, and basically what I'm hearing you say is you want your customers to be completely satisfied with the product that you're selling them, and you also don't want them to be calling you all the time trying to figure out how to work their unit. Is that right?
Right, I don't have time for that.
Okay. Well, Jessica, you're right. Our units are more complex than trains. Our thermostats can monitor humidity levels, fan speeds, temperatures in 8 different rooms.
Wow.
And but most importantly, they're very easy to use. As you can see here, we have one of the largest screens in the industry, along with big buttons that are easy to push and easily labeled. And we also have intuitive prompts that guide you through the process, no matter if you want to change your fan speed, change the humidity level, or just change the temperature.
Wow, that's quite impressive.
Okay. Now, did you want to see any testimonials or anything like that? I have if you wanted to see a few customers have sent us some letters here that just appreciate all the benefits that our Infinity control systems provide.
Well, these are a lot of testimonials. I don't think I need to. I believe exactly what you're saying. What you're presenting sounds rather accurate. One question I had would actually be in regards to Rheem and Goodman, and I know they're a competitor of yours. I know just from my previous experience that you guys both have the same 5-year warranty. So I'm not sure whose value is more important.
Oh, okay. That's a valid concern.
Okay.
And Carrier has actually been in the business since 1915. I'm not sure Rheem and Goodman have been in the business that long, have they?
No, they haven't.
Exactly. Now, we were the ones who invented the modern air conditioning unit in 1902.
Wow.
Now, doesn't this sound like a company that not only has a great warranty, 5-year warranty, that is the experience of building high-quality units?
Yeah, that's over 100 years of experience. Is that how are your warranty calls handled?
Well, obviously, we will replace any parts that you need to, as well as pay for your labor.
Wow.
So it's not gonna really cost you anything. You're gonna get paid for your labor, and we're gonna take care of the parts. How does that sound?
That sounds very good.
Great. So if I get you to sign right here, it goes out to you.
My last question. I know you're talking about your company, but it's the trust issue. I'm not sure I can trust you guys. I started my business 5 years ago, and I started with Train, and they've been with me, despite minor setbacks, they've been with me the whole time.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is that you want to deal with a company you can trust that has a reputation of doing good business.
Yes.
Okay, again, I mentioned that Carrier has been in business in 1915, and we invented the modern air conditioner.
So you guys were the first guys to come out with air conditioning.
We also have the largest product line in the industry, as you can see by our catalogs here.
Yes, that's
We're also
quite
the world's largest manufacturer of HVAC units.
Wow, I had no clue you guys were the world's largest.
Exactly. Now, doesn't that sound like a company you can trust?
Yes, I believe so. You've certainly changed my mind on Carrier and the quality that you guys could provide to a smaller company. I was rather intimidated because you guys are so over-empowering almost. So.
Well, aren't you looking for a company that's going to really help your business in the long run?
Yes, of course.
Perfect. If I get you to sign here, get those units to you.
Okay, everything sounds good, but I've got another meeting in about 15 minutes. How long is this going to take me?
You know what? If you just sign here, we can get our online invoicing. We can get this done in like 10 minutes. How does that sound?
Perfect. I believe you have a deal.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.